We are live.
Okay,
Session
so
18.
first off, there's Uber Joe. It's from Three Sheets Brewery. We went to that in Sheboygan, and it is the best coffee infused stout you're ever going to want to drink. It is absolutely wonderful. If you
Yeah,
like
from
stout, you like coffee,
Sheboygan.
it's really good.
This coffee beer is pretty good from down by the lake, and drink.
It's freaking yummy.
Yeah,
It's really good.
you got two guys in the group who grew up around Sheboygan.
Oh yeah, you
Yeah.
could
Oh yeah.
probably you could probably drink that down by North Point.
Oh, yeah, don't you know, once down by the lake where Prangies used to be. Okay. Anyway, enough with the Brat Boys revision. Session 18. You guys last time had left Valaki. First, you returned the wedding dress to the abbot in Kresk, and he was very thankful for that. Didn't really do too much else there. Then kind of wound your way back to Valaki on your way to the Sayre Pool encampment. There you picked up Ismark, who said goodbye to his sister and said he would accompany you guys, intending he wanted to return back to Barovia village and assume his role as burgomaster of that village. So, kind of succumbing to his destiny of being burgomaster of that village. So you guys left Valaki again, this time traveling east, and on the way to the Sayrepool encampment, you guys stopped off at the Old Bone Grinder Windmill, and there you ran into Morgantha and her sisters, who turned out to be a coven of night hags. And pretty much immediately started in a great big battle with them. They knew you, you knew them, neither of you liked each other, and so there really wasn't too much discussion to be had. Knockdown, drag out fight, kind of running up and down the different levels of the windmill. You guys wounded but did not kill the hags. They each disappeared with a pop before dying, swearing revenge upon you at some later point in time. But nobody died. You searched the rest of the windmill, and you did find two children actually being held captive in, I think it was in a closet or a crate. No, it was in a crate in the upper levels. There was a girl of about 5 named Myrtle and a boy of about 7 named Freak. Freak didn't really speak at all, but Myrtle claimed that they were from Barovia, and you guys kind of assumed, okay, their parents were deadbeats and sold them off to the hags for dream pastries. Ismark promises that he'll ensure that they're taken care of once you get back to Barovia village. So after rescuing the kids, you then pretty much set the windmill on fire, along with the deed too, which I thought was kind of interesting. You decided to place the deed to the windmill in the flames and burnt the whole thing down. So that's pretty much where we left off. You guys were standing in front of the windmill as the flames engulfed it, ready to resume your trek, assuming you're going to continue on the path you were on to the Sayrepool encampment. You guys, again, Old Bone Grinder was right there, and if you remember, to get back to the Sayrepool encampment, the road kind of wends its path way past Castle Ravenloft. When you get to the Sayre Falls, you can't immediately go down that way because there is a pretty steep waterfall and a cliff, so you kind of have to take the long way around it and then double back up to the encampment. But it's again, this map is not. There's not a lot of. It's not that big of an area, so you guys would probably be able to still make it there before dark if you continued right away. This whole battle with the hags and everything really didn't take all that long. So, and you guys, I at the very end of the last session, I believe you had healed yourself to a satisfactory level where you felt comfortable continuing. So at the moment, then it's you guys. You've got Ismark, and now you've got these two kids in tow as well. And if I recall correctly, were you on horseback still?
Yeah.
Okay,
I
so
thought so.
you'll kind of have to have some of the kids like double up with you, but they could ride along with you, with two of you in the horses without creating too much of a problem.
So with us leveling up, should we be at max or should we be at the hit points that we had when we left?
The next time you take a long rest, you'll be able to max out
All right.
anyway. So,
I'll just change that then.
you guys proceed on your way to the south and east along the Old Svalach Road. Passing through the mountains, you then eventually reach the gates of Barovia, the west gates, I guess you would say, and indicating that you're now going to be entering the areas surrounding the village of Barovia proper. And again, they, as before, as you draw near on horseback, they silently, or not quite silently, creak open and allow you entrance into that area. Otherwise, nothing really assails you there. You pass by the road leading to Castle Ravenloft. You see nothing waiting for you at that intersection, so continuing on your way past the Sarah Falls and down along through the Old Svalach Woods outcropping, if you will, back and around, and back to the crossroads with the gallows and the cemetery down here, and you can eventually make your way double back up towards the Sarahpool encampment, or where that's reputed to be in any case. So you make your way there. The road gradually disappears and is replaced by a twisted, muddy path through the trees. Deep ruts in the earth are evidence of the comings and goings of wagons. The canopy of mist and branches suddenly gives way to black clouds boiling far above. There is a clearing here next to a river that widens to form a small lake several hundred feet across. 5 colorful round tents, each 10 feet in diameter, are pitched outside a ring of 4 barrel-topped wagons. A much larger tent stands near the shore of the lake, its sagging form lit from within. Near this tent, 8 unbridled horses drink from the river. The mournful strains of an accordion clash with the singing of several brightly clad figures around a bonfire. The footpath continues beyond the encampment, meandering north between the rivers and the forest's edge. So you guys have come out to the Sarahpool encampment. And that's pretty much what you see. So you've got a bunch of Vistani gathered around around this fire next to their wagons, singing, and they haven't yet really taken notice of you.
Rick, let's shoot.
What?
Oops.
We just
So do we
should we call out a
recognize?
greeting? I mean, let's just call out a greeting.
Well, do we
Yeah.
recognize any of them?
Well, they kind of mostly have their backs to you, but there's no
Yeah.
one that you immediately recognize.
Okay.
Well, let's not surprise them.
Yeah,
Right.
I agree. Let's call out a greeting.
Okay.
Hey yo!
The accordion
Hey.
kind of jangles to a halt, and they all kind of turn around to look at you, and then they say, "Greetings, greetings! Come to the campfire and warm yourselves."
Let's ask her. What's her name?
Oh yes, what was her name? The Vistani that you had been in contact with from Barovia village from long ago was named Alenka.
Yeah,
Name
there
what?
you go.
Alenka was her name.
Alinka. So I'm going to
we
ask them. Hey, is Alinka around?
The Vistani kind of look around at each other. Alenka, I think she's in one of the tents. What do you have? What business do you have with her?
She asked us to come by. We're the ones. She may have told you. We're looking to brew a concoction we call beer, and she was going to assist us with it.
Oh, you're the brewmeisters, are you? Okay. Why don't you pull up a seat around the fire, and I'll go see if I can dig her out of her tent for you.
All right.
So, one of the Vistani kind of heads off towards the tents off to the west there, and the rest of them kind of move aside and make room for you if you want to join in. They've got tons of wine that they can pass around to you. They're cooking some meat that smells really good after the long day on the road and your battle with the night hags. So they offer some to you if you wish to partake.
You betcha.
I'm gonna drink some terrible wine.
I drink and eat.
Yep, the wine is quite good, and interestingly, the wine, they don't have the bottle that they're passing around is not interestingly labeled Wizards of Wine Winery.
Oh, neat.
So I asked him, so do you make this wine yourselves?
No, we don't have time to set up a great big winery or anything like that. We generally get everything that we consume in our camps in trade for the most part. We do occasionally get wine supplies from the Wizards of Wine Winery, but occasionally it's nice for some variety. And I've heard from Alenka that you guys were talking about, you gave her a little bit of a sample of this. What were you calling it?
Beer.
Beer.
Ale.
Ale. Is it beer or ale? Well, whichever. Something
Ale's a
that.
type of beer.
Yes, it's.
But what I had was an ale.
Either way, she had described it as being quite good, and we've actually been around enough that we've been able to taste some of this from other realms as well. So, bringing it to this land would be very interesting. I think quite an interesting enterprise. But we shall see what comes. I know that Alenka had said something about you guys never showed up for the supplies that she got, so you'll have to talk about that with her.
Okay. Yeah, we have. We were sidetracked. You know those? I asked, do they know the hags at the windmill up the road?
Oh, yes. Morgantha and her sisters.
Oh, do you like them?
Not particularly, no. Why?
Oh, because we just burned down the windmill and drove them out.
He spits wine all over the place. You burnt down the windmill.
Mm-hmm.
Well, I don't suspect that they're going to take too kindly to that.
Probably not. We've been making a lot of enemies, it seems. So we really like you guys. 'Cause you're friendly to us.
Well, we try to be accepting of all people. But in any case, are the hags going to be coming looking for you?
Eventually,
Hope not.
probably not in the next evening or so, hopefully. But eventually, I'm sure they'll get around to looking for us.
Yeah, well, you have to watch their back. They're definitely not ones to be trifled with. But
Yeah.
as long as you are here in the camp, you are safe. They will not bother you while you are visiting with us.
Well, thank you. How do you feel about Strahd?
Strahd, everyone kind of looks around at each other, and Strahd is the land. He is eternal.
Okay.
He is what he is.
All right. 'Cause he doesn't seem to like us either.
Okay, at that, everyone kind of gets quiet for a minute, and it's kind of a awkward, long silence. And then somebody changes the subject.
Okay.
Hey, Jen's home.
Oh.
Say hi, Jen.
Hi.
Come here.
Okay.
You gotta get on the camera. Say hello.
Special guest star.
Especially 'cause
Guest star.
Hello.
she could be the Vistani. She could play Alenka. So anyway, you guys are the topic shifts from that slightly awkward deviation there. Alenka takes her time apparently coming from the tent. Either she was busy with something or sleeping or something. So while you're waiting, one of the other Vistani recounts to you guys a tale, which you guys get the impression he's told this tale before, but it's one of those things. People enjoy repeating things and telling old tales by the campfire. But he goes off on this particular story. A mighty wizard once came to this land over a year ago. I remember him like it was yesterday. He stood exactly where you're standing. A very charismatic man he was. He thought that he could rally the people of Barovia against the Devil Strahd. He stirred them with thoughts of revolt and bore them to the castle en masse. When the vampire appeared, though, the wizard's peasant army fled in terror. A few stood their ground and were never seen again. The wizard and the vampire cast spells at one another. Their battle flew from the courtyards of Ravenloft to a precipice overlooking the falls. I saw the battle with my own eyes. Thunder shook the mountainside, and great rocks tumbled down upon the wizard, yet by his magic he survived. Lightning from the heavens struck the wizard, and again he stood his ground. But when the devil Strahd fell upon him, the wizard's magic couldn't save him. I saw him thrown 1,000 feet to his death. I climbed down the river to search for the wizard's body to see if, well, if he had anything of value, but the river Ivalice had already spirited him away. And that was the last anyone saw of the wizard who dared to stand up to Strahd.
I bet you he's still alive
Really? What makes you think that?
because nobody beats the Wiz.
You just got to ease on down the road. Ease on down the old Svalich road. Don't you
So did
carry
this
nothing.
wizard have a name? What was his name?
Nobody remembers his name, but it was, well, I do remember. It sounded important, but I can't remember exactly what his name was. But he was powerful. Nobody I know could have withstood up to Strahd as long as he did. But ultimately, it was not enough.
It's interesting.
Yes, I like telling that story. It was very evocative, very exciting, and a warning, something to heed that one should not enter into conflict with Strahd lightly. And he kind of looks at you meaningfully at that.
I say, well, yeah, kinda too late.
We already got into one of those.
But
We recently had a run-in with Strahd, actually.
and it wouldn't be just one of us, which would help us a little bit, I think.
What was that? I didn't get that.
I mean, it was the wizard against Strahd, so
Oh, I see what
But
you're
there's
saying.
yeah.
4 of us.
Yes, there are 4 of you, and, well, who is to say what fate might befall you, but others have stood up to Strahd in the past, and this fellow was the most powerful I had ever seen. So, best to be careful. And at that,
you know what level he was? Was he like 20 or
what level
You know
was he?
what level?
He didn't have a number floating over his head.
Oh, okay.
Was he human?
Yes, he was human, if I recall correctly. Had a black beard.
Ah, Blackbeard.
He wasn't a pirate. Arg! You scurvy vampire! At that, Alenka actually finally enters and says she greets you with warm hugs and embraces as if you were like old friends and says,
Howdy.
"Oh, you finally made it back. What took you so long?"
Well, that's a
This
long
and
story.
that. And
You have time?
Oh, I can make some time, I'm sure. What did you have in mind to discuss?
Well, let's see. Should we do the Cliff Notes version of what happened after we left town?
probably.
Okay, yeah, obviously a lot happened since you last saw her. So.
Yes. So we
Uh,
kind of give her most of it. Is there anything we don't want to reveal? Like maybe the dealings we had with the other Vistani?
I mean, I
yeah,
don't
I think that put us in good
Yeah.
graces, seeing I saved that girl and all of that.
Yeah, I was
Well,
gonna say,
but
I
do
think
they-
the Vistani all get along.
Do they like each other?
Yeah,
I think so.
I thought so.
Yeah, from what you guys know, there are a couple of independent tribes, if you will, of Vistani. They're generally related, but governed separately. I mean, each tribe kind of has its own leader. You know, the leader of the Vistani camp by Vallaki was Luvash and his brother
Yeah.
Aragal. You don't know. Well, actually, you do know that this camp is actually led by Madame Eva, and she is like kind of the grand matron of all the Vistani tribes in
Oh, okay.
Barovia.
Right.
And
I think the one thing we might want to leave out is that one girl who was traveling with us from that castle. Because
Oh, yeah.
remember, she didn't want to come here.
Yeah.
Yeah,
So,
that's fine. Let's
Don't
do that
mention
out.
her name.
so you don't mention Arabelle's. No. Oh my
Is it
God.
Arena?
No.
Oh,
Why am I completely spacing on her name?
Shoot.
yeah.
Oh, for crying out loud. Esmeralda.
Yeah.
Yeah.
There you go.
Jeez. Okay, so you leave her out of the.
Yeah, I think just out of respect for her.
Okay. So yeah, she's quite interested in your story, and when you mention the rescue of Arabelle in particular, she kind of perks up and says, "Oh, that's Arabelle. That would be Madame Eva's, distant relation, I believe. One of her multiply off-related offspring, great grandchildren, possibly, but." Interesting.
Yeah, not an experience I'd like to have again anytime soon, that's for sure.
well, we should tell them about all the weird crap that happened in Vallaki and all the. I want to also ask about the abbot, but basically fill them in on what's going on in Barovia.
Okay.
Right.
Yeah, they generally do move around quite a bit. I mean, even though they have more or less kind of semi-permanent encampment here, they do roam about. Obviously, go back and forth, and so they've heard some of the rumors or stories about events that have taken place, either directly or indirectly, as a result of things you guys have done. So it's she is very interested in learning more of this reasons behind what has been going on, and she says, yes, things have been pretty fucked up lately, actually. This explains a good deal of why things have gone the way they have. So it sounds like, though, Vallaki is a bit more stabilized now, or
Oh yeah.
Yeah. At the moment, the son is the son of the old Burgermeister is the new Burgermeister.
oh yeah, Victor, yes,
He's
hopefully.
an oddball.
Yes, so I've heard, but hopefully he will be a bit more tolerant towards the Vistani than his father was.
Well, we've been singing your praises.
Well, that's the word of some people who are new to town. It'll be difficult to overcome a centuries-old prejudice, but we do appreciate that. But
So what's up with this Abbott guy? He seems a little crazy and very creepy.
that would be my perception of him as well. I've actually never met him in person, but all stories tell that he's actually fairly rarely seen in the streets of Kresk, but he's supposedly been there a very long time.
Well, he made this creepy automaton living doll for Strahd that he's going to try to present as a bride, and I just don't think that's going to go over very well.
I don't think so either. We shall see what becomes of that. That's very interesting to hear about as well. I'll file that away for later knowledge. But yes, he's been at that monastery for a very, very long time. I think Madame Eva can even remember when he first arrived. But as far as why you have returned, were you still wanting to do something about this brewing business that you...
Well, here's the whole deal. We just want a beer. We want to make, and since you guys don't sell it, we got to make it. And so we've gone through all of this just so we can make a beer.
Well,
So
if-
yeah, we do.
So if you're just looking to procure some of this beer or ale or whatever it is that you were looking for, would it not be simpler for us to just find some for you?
Well, that would be vastly appreciated. But we also see a business opportunity in the making.
Yeah, see, now that's more to the impression I initially got. So
Well, we want to drink the beer, but we want to sell the beer.
I see. Well, two very different outcomes for sure. If you are looking for supplies, I was able to actually find a bunch of the things you had been looking for, but the materials are fairly time sensitive in terms of how long they can last, and I had not heard back from you for quite some time, so we had to obviously move these things while we could still get at least some of our investment for it. So the items that you would need, well, here, I got a list for you. And she reaches into her pouch and she pulls out a list of the materials.
Okay. Does it look like stuff that would be acceptable?
Yeah. Well, from what you know about from your brewing, you have a brew crafting.
I have the
correct?
brewing crafting.
Right. Yeah. That definitely looks about correct in terms of what would be necessary, and obviously different flavors and spices would combine in different ways to produce different flavor. And you would know, you could say, oh, get this spice or this particular type of malt or whatever to brew it in a very specific way based on what you wanted, which I'm assuming is just what you like to drink, because it sounds like that's what you want.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, so were we going to have it done at the brewery? I mean, at the winery, or where were we going to have it done?
Well, you guys would.
That we could use some of their space.
Yeah. The Martikovs had said that in return for everything that you'd done, that you guys would be able to use their facilities to brew and to store any brewed ale that you guys wanted to sell. And in fact, they would go as well and sell the beer for you for a cut of the profit to actually distribute amongst the actual people of Barovia too. So you wouldn't have to worry about distribution either.
Yeah. So I'm going to see if we can get a way for them to maybe deliver this stuff directly to the winery.
That could be done.
And then we can go out to the winery and I can spend a day setting it up and getting it going.
Okay. Yeah, basically you would need to pay up front though to get all these supplies going.
How much is that going to run us?
Yeah, that's.
And do we have any treasure at this point at all?
It would basically be an upfront payment of about 200 gold.
We're kind of treasure light, aren't we? No, we found some silver or something recently, didn't we?
I know you guys had found some stuff.
Party loot.
There's
We found 180 electrum pieces in a silk bag and 110 gold pieces in a leather bag.
Right.
I thought we also found something made of silver that we were gonna share out, or that had some value to it.
I don't know. Whatever you guys have on your.
It's not in the party loot.
Let me look on my character sheet.
Is that the only thing on the party loot? Those two items?
Oh, there's a flask of alchemist fire, thieves' tools, a spell book, a key, and then in the chest from the Walker house there was a silk bag, a leather bag, a smoking pipe, 5 scrolls which are deeds for land, a leather case unbound manuscript, and another book, and an old letter, and the bones, which we dropped off the bones, didn't we?
Yeah.
So I'm gonna take that off.
Where did you drop the bones of? Oh,
We
those are
reconsecrated the church.
Oh, that's St.
We
Andrew's
dropped them.
bones. Okay.
Yeah.
I have 22 gold on my character sheet too. So.
Well, you've got basically with the silk bag, 180 electrum. That's basically 90 gold, and
Yeah, plus
110 gold. So you could just
Go.
There's
give them the
Yeah.
coins, and that would cover it.
Is everybody cool with us doing this?
Yeah.
Paul, you
Paul?
good with that?
I don't care. You guys do whatever.
All right. I'm
All right, we
erasing
give
it
him-
from the
Give them the
party
equivalent
loot.
of 200 gold.
The monk stays pure. He doesn't indulge. Yeah, so that would she thanks you and says yes, this will be enough to acquire the supplies. Again, it'll take us some time to go out and reacquire a new batch, so to speak, but we could probably have that delivered to the winery in a week or so.
Cool.
Let us know give us a day or two notice, if you could.
Yes, because that worked so well last time. And she kind of winks at you.
Fair enough.
But yes, she will. Well, how should I get word to you?
That's a good question.
Messenger pigeon.
We don't have any messenger pigeons. But we
How did
will.
Donnie, can't you send messages or use your magic or?
We can attempt to deliver messages. Yeah, I mean, if you're near any Vistani camps or happen to encounter any on the road, they will of course deliver the message. But barring any unforeseen circumstances, I anticipate that we should be able to deliver it within 7 days to the winery.
Okay, that will be our plan then.
If anything comes up where that's not possible, we will try to get word to you however we can.
All right, thank you.
Of course. Now I think you probably should visit Madame Eva if you haven't already. She's expressed interest already in your arrival. She said that you would be coming here earlier today.
Where is she?
She is located in the large tent near the river.
Down by the river.
Yeah,
In a van.
in an old van down by the river.
In a van by the river.
Her real name is Foley. She's a motivational speaker.
So down here.
Yep, that would be the
Let's
one.
head on down the road.
On the
Walk
road
down the
again.
hall. So you continue on towards that tent there.
All 30
It's-
feet away.
Yeah, it's actually all 30 feet away, and the rest of the Ismark stays behind. He's got the two kids with him, and he's kind of just wanting to keep them safe. They're all like wide-eyed. They've never really encountered Vistani before, and so they're naturally curious and everything. He's kind of half protecting the kids, half making sure they don't insult the Vistani. So he'll keep track of them. But you guys approach the tent. Magic flames cast a reddish glow over the interior of this tent, revealing a low table covered in black velvet cloth. Glints of light seem to flash from a crystal ball on the table as a hunched figure peers into its depths. As the crone speaks, her voice crackles like dry weeds. "At last, you have arrived." Cackling laughter bursts like mad lightning from her withered lips. This is Madame Eva. She's a Vistani who looks extremely old, like she's well over 100. But you see her eyes, something about her eyes does not seem old, but young and knowledgeable at the same time.
Does she look human?
Yes, she looks like a very elderly Vistani. And she bids you to come inside and sit around. Pull up a cushion.
All right. I'm cool.
There's a
Rowan
nice...
and I are inside.
Yep. Anyone else joining them?
Yeah, oh, absolutely. I'm there.
I'll be there.
Okay. So after you guys sit around and gather around her, she's basically sitting, like I said, in front of this table with this red tablecloth and a crystal ball. And she kind of looks around at you each, smiling, liking. You can see that her eyes almost can see past you into your soul, so to speak. But she doesn't look like she's hostile in any way, but more kind of friendly and welcoming and knowing. It's just that aspect of knowing that is kind of unsettling in a way. And so she kind of goes around to each of you in turn, greeting you. And to Jug, she says, "Yes, the lone survivor. You have found comfort at the bottom of your jugs, trying to drown your sorrows. If you are not careful, your sorrows may someday drown you. The bottle is a dangerous mistress. Yet, the day may come when instead of letting it pull you under, you may use it to bring hope to others.
That's nice.
Yeah. To Rowan, she says, yes, the Morning Lord's prodigy. You have tasted both the darkness and the light in Barovia. You have brought the greetings of the dawn to this land, restoring faith to those who thought it gone forever. But you have also become death to yourself and others. Be wary. The dark powers will try to twist your faith against you. Before all is done, the very core of all you believe will be shaken and tested. How will you respond, I wonder? This Madam Ava voice is going to kill me. I had a cold last week. But I will soldier on. To Clytus.
Halfway done.
Halfway through the greeting.
Yeah, fair enough.
Then we have the oratory.
Yes. To Clytus, she says, the Wanderer, 7th of 7. You left your home, following the path of the investigator, looking ever further afield for answers. You have already traveled farther than most. However, you may eventually learn that the real truths to be learned are not without, but within, and that truth is not an absolute, but how one perceives and defines the world around themselves. Need a drink.
That's a deep lady.
Ah, yes. That's deep. And to Adrin, she turns and says, the sojourner, the other, a stranger in a strange land. You are perhaps most intriguing to me. You come from a land I do not know, and I have traveled far and seen much. I can see mountains and conflict and a vast ocean of water swirling in a vortex that pulls the very world into it. I also see a self-confidence, a sureness in yourself. Yet your past is veiled from me, as if your life were made of the very mists encircling this land. I do not know what path lies before you, or what purpose Strahd has in bringing you here. Perhaps he is as blind to your nature as I am, and that in itself factors into his plans for you. Be very wary. Being sure of oneself is a strength, but one cannot truly know himself until he is tested, and I predict many tests ahead for all of you.
Thank you. You can have another drink.
Thank you.
You should clear your voice.
So 4 travelers, 4 different paths, all of led you here to Strahd's domain. And from his domain there is no escape, unless he wills it. He is the ancient, he is the land, and he will not leave this place while he holds sway over it. His power is immense, and his grip merciless, yet perhaps not unbreakable. Over the centuries, many have tried and failed to defeat Strahd. Many had great power, and yet it availed them not. Were you to try and stand against him as you are now, he would crush you beneath his boot and barely notice the diversion, except as a mild regret that his playthings turned out to be so disappointing. You see, while Strahd's mind is closed to me, and I do not know his ultimate purpose in bringing you here, one thing I do know, he craves distraction. It amuses him to bring in outsiders and to see how long they thrash about before succumbing. He does not consider you a threat, and this arrogance is the one weakness that may give you a chance to ultimately defeat him. The fates have revealed to me that your coming to Barovia is the harbinger of change. I do not know if you will be successful in destroying him, or if that change will arise from other means. However, I have seen that you will ultimately confront him, and that the means to prevail in this confrontation will be made available to you, should you seek them out. To learn of these means, we must consult the Taraka. Sit. And she sits you down. Well, you're already seated, actually, but she takes the globe, the crystal ball, off of her table, and she pulls out this old, very worn deck of playing cards that you have never seen before.
What was the
And-
old AD&D one? Deck of many things? Is it a deck of many things? We killed a party with a deck of many things.
It is not a deck of many things. It is called a Taraka deck. It's basically like a
Tarot deck.
yes, a tarot deck.
Yeah.
And oh, what am I doing?
We're on a red page.
Yes, I know. I just did something that I probably didn't want to do. Hang on. Let me try this again.
Ah.
So she lays out of this deck. She splits it into 4 different sections. One much larger, or 2 different sections. One much larger than the other. And out of the larger deck, she places the top 3 cards. This one and this one and this one. And out of the other smaller deck, she chooses the middle one and the bottom one. And she then proceeds to read the cards. Let me see if I can do this without screwing it up. Let's see, what do we got? So the first card that she draws, the card on the left, she says, this card tells of history. Knowledge of the ancient will help you to better understand your enemy. And she flips it over and says, the conjurer. I see a dead village, drowned by a river, ruled by one who has brought great evil into the world. And then she moves on to the next card, which is at the top. And she then flips that over. Come on. And she says, this card tells of a powerful force for good and protection, a holy symbol of great hope. The Abjurer. I see a fallen house guarded by a great stone dragon. Look to the highest peak. The next card is the one on the right, and she says, this card is a card of power and strength. It tells of a weapon of vengeance, a sword of sunlight. And she flips that card over and reveals the bishop. The bishop! What you seek lies in a pile of treasure beyond a set of amber doors. The lower card, then she says, this card sheds light on one who will help you greatly in the battle against darkness. And flipping that card reveals the artifact. And she says, look for an entertaining man with a monkey. This man is more than he seems.
You've already met him. Didn't we?
I think so.
The final card, before you can even discuss that amongst yourselves, she indicates your enemy is a creature of darkness whose powers are beyond mortality. This card will lead you to him. And she flips it over, and it reveals the Raven.
Oh.
And says, look to fight him at the mother's tomb. So those are your readings. She doesn't go into much more detail than that, but says that's what the cards have told me. Each
Will
of
you
these.
be posting that?
Yes, I will keep this page out. Or I will actually. Let me see. I think I'll share them. I'll put them on there eventually. Yes.
Okay.
Okay.
But basically, yes. There's several You probably will want to go out and seek advice from others in terms of the reading itself, because she doesn't
Sure.
elaborate too much, but
Okay.
you get the impression that these are things you will need to eventually face and defeat Strahd without getting your ass kicked. But now, I am weary from my reading. Is there anything else you would know of me before I retire?
Is the only way I'm leaving this place is by killing Strahd?
As long as Strahd lives, he holds complete and utter dominion over Barovia. He will never let you leave without destroying him.
That's all I need to know.
Only need to know one thing, man. Where they are. Call me Jugs Vasquez. So, yeah, if there's nothing else, then she says, I also wanted to thank you for rescuing my granddaughter, Arabelle. Her part is yet to be determined in all this, but I had a feeling that were she to have fallen to the dark waters to her death, things would be very different, and not for the better.
Good job, Rowan.
And at that, she kind of hobbles over and says, "Now, I must bid you good night and good luck on your quest."
You bet. I salute her.
She salutes you right back. So anyway.
Can I take the 5 cards?
Oh, well, she had kind of collected them back up and
No.
put them in a little case.
I was gonna ask her that.
Unless you wanted to try and palm them before she did that.
Try sleight of hand against the old lady.
Wouldn't be advised.
Not as a half orc. Feel like I don't do anything with any sort of sleight of hand.
Yeah, the sorcerer / warrior is got a really great stealth skill, I'm sure.
Yeah.
Hey, look!
Or sleight, actually, I should say sleight of hand. It's either way.
Yeah.
But in any case, I'm done with Madame Eva for the evening. So hope you enjoyed it. Try the veal.
That was good.
So you guys exit the tent and return to the general campsite where the revelry is still going on, and the other Vistani there make you feel welcome. If you wish to spend the night there, you are free to do so, and they will ensure nothing untoward happens to you during the evening.
Absolutely.
They don't have really room in the tents or in the way. Actually, it's in the wagons. Usually is where they stay a lot of the time. But you're free to. They'll keep the campfire going, and you can bedroll around them. And they say nothing will disturb you while you're there.
So, are there any single Vistani ladies?
Oh yeah, there's plenty.
Hey, we need
actually-
someplace to sleep.
Actually,
You're gonna
Alenka's
pay for this.
Alenka is not otherwise spoken for. So
I don't know. See, I'm saving myself for. Who was it?
Marriage.
No, the abbot, the woman we met at the abbot's place,
Esmeralda.
Esmeralda.
I thought you were talking about
That's
Vasilka.
my girl.
I thought you were talking about
No.
Vasilka.
That's who I thought too.
I'm
Well,
saving
she's my
myself
back-
for this corpse bride, you know. And
She's my backup plan.
oh, okay. Got a hot date with a dead one. Okay, well, yes, but there are other Vistani women present, and they're definitely very flirtatious, and if you get them filled with enough wine, they'd be more than happy to invite you into their wagon.
Vistani have wares.
I start
if you
telling
have
about.
coin.
I start spreading rumors about Roland being an insane lover.
Rowan.
Rowan, yes. Like, damn, I've heard stories.
Make a deception check. Wait, no.
I'm telling you, ladies. That
Wait.
Rowan over there.
That's third edition. There isn't. Oh yeah, there is a deception. Okay,
There's
yeah.
deception. Make a deception check.
You want me to? Sure, I'll make a deception.
Or you-
I want to see how it goes.
What do I need to roll? Here, let's see. Ooh, I get a 2. Ooh, is that natural 20?
Yeah. Except for not on the
Not
first.
on the right side. Unless I spend a inspiration.
if you want to spend
your
inspiration.
inspiration to
I'm gonna
convince
spend
them.
an inspiration.
Okay. Well. All right. So by halfway through the evening, Rowan, you're sitting there kind of off by yourself, and one of the Vistani women just kind of sidles up to you and actually sits in your lap and says, "Hey, holy boy, I hear you're quite the monster in the sack."
Rowan?
I wink
Well.
at Rowan.
Seeing I've just gotten comfortable here. Now I'm a little uncomfortable.
Oh, I can take care of that. And she actually starts undoing your armor.
You guys are really starting to creep me out.
It's called role-playing ball.
Yeah.
This is a giant sausage fest.
There's just women here.
But Paul's playing a woman. It's okay.
No!
Oh, well. In any case, we can skip to the vignette scene there and to the montage.
We know how that ended.
I expect to see the rest typed out in the adventure log.
I'm not typing a damn thing.
We need fans so we
I was
can
going to say, yeah, we need fan fiction for this.
Right.
Go out and tell people to start watching our stream.
Do we have any fans? We've had anybody who watched that isn't this group?
I honestly don't know.
I haven't really looked.
I don't really advertise the session very much, so probably not. But
Yeah.
if we went out and made it known, perhaps. But in any case, the Vistani are true to their word. Nothing disturbs you at all during the night, so you guys are able to enjoy a night's rest. Ismark never really fully relaxes, but he's
That's normal.
yeah.
How are the children?
The children at first, like I said, they were like totally curious and eager to explore, but after a while, they've obviously been gone through a lot in their captivity and everything, and so they're tuckered pretty easily. They go to bed early. But otherwise, yeah, the rest of you guys can max out your hit points and get a long rest's worth of recovery.
All right.
And the following morning, is there anything you wanted to take care of at the encampment before you set out? And actually, what are your plans from here? Ismark planned to go on to Barovia village.
Well, let's see him that far. We haven't been back to Barovia.
Yeah,
There's
let's bring him back.
Yeah, get them there, and then we can start heading towards the winery.
Yeah.
Well, how about, so there's she said go do this stuff. Well, that stuff, what is that stuff? So there was a castle or an island or something, I don't know, those things. Want to go find that stuff and kick ass?
Yeah, we do. But I'm thinking, we go back to Barovia, or
Okay.
And on the way,
See
we
him off.
should ask him what he knows about that.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
He can give us any clue as to what that means.
So because I completely agree, we got to get that stuff. But I'm just thinking, we might as well see him back home and then make our way back the other way and start looking for that stuff, and continue to stir up shit in.
Cause
Barovia.
general chaos and mayhem, yes.
In the morning, are we able? Is the lady who is getting supplies for us? Is she around?
Linka's still there, yes.
Yeah. If we talk to her about the reading from Mata Ava, or Eva, or whatever, do you know anything about what these mean?
You describe things to her. So she's She doesn't really know. I mean, she says Taraka readings are very personalized and often steeped in symbolism and mystery. She says that the dead village drowned by a river, that might be Berez. And from what you guys remember from learning from the Mardikovs, that's where that witch Baba Lysaga lives, who had stolen one of the gems.
Ah, okay.
Yep, I remember
And
that.
that she is extremely powerful and dangerous. She's not a hag. She's a very, very powerful witch. Quite more.
So we need to kill her. Yeah.
The fallen house guarded by a stone dragon. She says that might refer to Argen Vosthold, which is that haunted mansion between. Here, I can
Oh,
pull up-
Didn't we face like one
that
of
was
the,
where we fought the.
guardians or whatever?
You encountered a revenant on the way. Yeah, Argen Vosthold
Yep.
is located on the large map right there.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Berez is somewhere down around here, probably.
Well, I figure if we go back to Barovia and then we start heading the other way, we hit some of these scenic spots along the way. By the time we get back to the winery, our stuff may have actually arrived.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And what about the place with the amber doors?
That she's less sure of, but she has heard rumors or old stories of some sort of a temple located near Mount Gacus that has amber doors on it.
Okay.
Interesting.
Very, very dark rumors of an extremely dark and evil place. That the Vistani do not go there.
Near Mount what?
Mount Gacus is here. I mean, that's a big mountain, so it's kind of general, but she heard it was somewhere to the south of, Perez or the other areas.
Alright, well that's 3 of the things.
Um,
It's helpful.
Yeah, the entertaining man with a monkey who is supposed to be your ally. You guys, well,
Is that Rictavio guy?
Yeah, Rectavio is who that makes me think
yeah,
of.
you remember Rictavio. He actually didn't have the monkey when you met him, but he had given the monkey to Blinsky
Yeah.
to be a kind of a companion. But he was the Blinsky wasn't much of a mystery man.
Right. That's kind of what I thought he might be.
Mm-hmm.
I know he had that tiger, but
Mm-hmm. Yep, and he has been gone really since the whole business in Vallaki started.
yeah, right.
Yeah.
So you're not sure where he is.
Somehow we've lost him, yeah.
And I think it's the same person that what's her name is looking for.
Esmeralda.
Yeah,
I have a feeling it is, but I'm not sure.
I don't think that. I think Rictavio and his little act is just that.
We'll find out more.
Yep.
Yeah, if we find him. And then, what about she said something about the mother's.
Yeah, the
Place?
mother's burial or
Yeah,
Burial?
Mother's
basically
buried.
Strahd's location. Basically, if you went, really the kind of the location predicted for your final confrontation with him will be in the mother's tomb, and she says that's likely refers to the tomb of Strahd's mother in Castle Ravenloft.
Oh, okay.
okay.
But
Nice.
obviously there are lots of mothers, and many of them have tombs, so that could refer
Yeah.
to something else.
So Strahd's mother is actually buried in Castle Ravenloft?
Yes, in fact, he built Castle Ravenloft in her name. Her name was Queen Ravenovia. After
Is
conquering
his father there as well?
Yes, yes, he died and was buried there as well.
Does he have any siblings?
He did.
Just curious.
That very pretty much is the story of how he became a vampire. His brother Sergei fell in love. Strahd was enamored of a woman named Tatiana, but Tatiana loved his brother Sergei, and Strahd's envy, jealousy got the better of him, and he murdered Sergei. And Tatiana was so filled with grief, she flung herself from the highest parapet of Castle Ravenloft to her death. Very sad.
Wow. So this all happened here in Barovia.
Yes.
Wasn't Sergey the guy from the lake?
That's what I thought. That name sounds familiar.
She says the lake? Or are you talking amongst yourselves?
No. I think we would have told
Was that
her
in Crest
about
or
that
something?
encounter, with Irina.
Where Irina was trying to go into a lake?
Yes, well, you guys remember Irina, when she called out, she did call out Sergei, my beloved. Is it really
Yeah. Okay. Maybe she's like the reincarnation of Irina, or of
What was her name? Yeah.
Tatiana.
Tatiana, yeah.
Tatiana is. Okay.
Yeah, in fact, do you guys remember Sergei's
That's
voice? This
interesting.
voice coming from the pool,
Right.
saying that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Wow.
And you do no. Obviously, Strahd's got an interest in Irina for some reason that could
Right.
possibly have something to do with it. Maybe.
That's interesting. Need to find out more about Tatiana.
Yeah.
So the. Yeah, she says that out of the first card of the reading was talking of history, knowledge of the ancient, so forth will help you better understand your enemy. That to learn more about what's going on, that probably would be what would be the most illuminating in that regard.
Yeah. That's interesting. All right. Well, thank you for the help.
Oh, you're most welcome, and I will look forward to seeing you again in a week's time at the winery.
Sounds good. You
So,
guys
if
ready
you-
to take off? Yeah.
Yeah, if you've got nothing else going on, then you can head out on your way to the village of Barovia. And
Off on the road to Barovia.
let me see if you encounter anything along the way.
God.
Actually,
We do. Yay.
yeah, something actually does happen.
Is it a giant tick?
It is not, in fact, a giant tick.
Damn.
But why don't you guys? Well, let's see. Hang on, I got to get this set up first here.
It's a very angry Strahd.
Is he ever anything? Well, I suppose he's been calm in certain situations.
Yeah,
He
you
did
always
clap
get the
for us
impression.
that one time.
Yeah, you get the impression of him trying to be always kind of aloof and above everything, but you get this sense in every encounter you've had with Strahd so far that beneath this is this very cold demeanor, and as well this kind of violent temper that might be unleashed at who knows what.
Us. One day.
Well, I meant in terms of what provokes him. It could be the smallest thing that would set him off. Okay, give me a minute.
I feel like Clytus is really good at setting him off, just based on history.
I amuse him.
Yeah. We all kind of amuse him.
So you guys are at the bottom of the road when this encounter
Alright.
occurs. What if you position yourself in whatever order you'd be in riding down there at the bottom? And I'm going to try and find whatever this is that appears.
What about there? Actually, I'd want Ismark in front of me. Ismark and the boys.
Yeah, one of the boys can ride with Ismark, and the other one would have to ride with somebody else. You'll have to pick who's got.
Well, I'm a dwarf, so you can ride with me.
That would make sense.
Yeah. He's got the most room. You.
Okay.
But are you a dwarf on golf?
I am a dwarf on golf.
Okay.
Am I within range of Adrin?
Range of what?
I mean, while we're riding, could I cast a spell on him and touch him?
Yeah, I would say you guys are within 5 feet roughly. I mean, you're on horseback, so
Yeah, I mean,
you could probably.
it's a 8-hour spell, so I was planning on doing it early.
You mean
Yeah.
before you left?
Yeah,
What spell was it going to be?
it's called Death Ward. It's like a protective spell.
How long does it last?
So I don't die.
Pretty much.
What's
It lasts 8 hours.
What's the duration?
8 hours.
Oh, okay.
It basically. I'll just put it in the. So you can see it.
Oh, for frack's sake.
Oh, that's cool. Yeah.
Sorry, I'm taking so long here. I'm just trying
No.
to find this.
It's alright.
It's really hard to find that ancient red dragon to stick on the screen.
Yeah.
Sometimes he don't fit.
Yep.
Okay, so I'm just going to go ahead and bring up the initiative tracker. So why don't you guys select yourselves and roll for your initiative?
Oh boy. Wow.
Ooh, look at that big number.
Well done.
That sucks. Come
Does
on.
suck worse than 5?
Sucking some initiative. There we go. Ah, come on, roll 20. Okay. All right, so you're riding along this road, and abruptly in front of you, you see a figure appear in the road, and you immediately recognize it as Morgantha, the hag.
Mm.
Oh,
And-
hey, how's it going, Margantha?
Appearing basically right in the middle of the road. She raises her finger towards the group, and Jugs is the only one who beat her initiative. So, Jugs, you'll be able to react before she does.
Alright, I am going to slide up next to Adrin and Clytus and touch them both and give them haste.
Ooh. Fancy.
So what does haste do in 5th?
I put it in the chat.
Okay. Target speed is doubled. +2 bonus to AC.
An additional action on its turn. Which take an attack. Well, that's freaking awesome.
Okay, awesome.
Also, your monk's speed is doubled, so now you pretty much move
Yeah.
like 180 feet in a turn.
Well, my speed's only 50, so I'd move 100.
Well, you can take a dash too.
Oh yeah, I can move 200.
Yeah. So then, yeah, that would be my action. So.
Well, I can get to her no problem.
Okay, so that would be her, and so her turn. She is going to. This damn wisdom-based stuff. She knows that you're basically a monk, and most of the stuff that she would attack you with spell-wise would be wisdom-based. But she doesn't know anything about your evasion, so she's going to lightning bolt you. Actually, she's going to lightning bolt both you and Clytus.
Okay.
So you guys can each make a dexterity saving throw.
At advantage, thanks to our buddy. And at +2, because if you're within 10 feet of me, you get a +2 on your saving throw.
Nice.
Oh, natural 20!
Well, he destroyed that one.
Paul, you might have to spend an inspiration point there.
Yeah, I think so.
All right, where's, let's see, dexterity, right? Hey, look at that.
Nice!
Wow.
Jeez, these hags cannot catch a break. So,
Adrin takes nothing.
yeah, so Adrin, with your new ability, you're just able to basically twist back out of the way of the lightning bolt, and it just goes right over you. Clytus is...
I'm lightning dodge Neo.
Yes.
Hopped right off his horse.
Yeah, exactly. He leaps off of his horse in slow motion, and like the lightning bolt goes between his legs as he's twirling in the air, and he lands back on the saddle without missing a beat. Clytus isn't quite that dexterous, but he basically absorbs this lightning bolt, but he is still able to save for half damage. And
So anything happen to the child that's riding on the back of Clytus?
good call. Yeah. Well, let's see if he makes his
Is there any way
save.
I can absorb that?
If you want to take the full damage instead of taking half, I would let you absorb all that damage.
I will take all of it.
Okay, the mighty paladin could have avoided some of the damage, but valiantly prevents the child from getting fried to a crisp by a lightning bolt. It's actually got three ones, so you only take 19 damage from the lightning bolt.
Only 19.
Yeah.
Could have been a lot worse. 8d6,
Yeah.
that's below average.
Yeah, and Morgantha goes, "Fuck! That always happens." But that was her action, and it is now Adrin's turn.
All right, well, I'm gonna walk up and punch the shit out of her.
With your extra attack.
All right, so that's my move, and I'm gonna do. Well, I get to do it. It's gonna be kind of fun, actually. Let's see what we can do.
Spend a key point and you got like 40 attacks.
I'm gonna spend a key point, and I'm gonna do that. Oh, I'm gonna spend my inspiration on the first round, so I can roll 26 instead. And I'm gonna do another one. 17 hit.
I'm sorry.
So 26 was the first
17
one.
is what you need.
Okay.
Sweet. And then I will use the extra attack action. Hit 4 times.
Jeez. You walk right after.
Shit.
Boom, 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 boom. Oh,
Oh my
33
god.
33 points of damage.
ouch. And that's all magical, pretty much, for the purposes of
That's
damage.
all magical damage, yep.
Wow.
Okay, yeah, that rocks her back on her heels. And, all right. Give me a second here. All right, so appearing immediately right next to you, Adrin, her sister.
Shocked! I
Yeah,
tell you I'm
I'm not
shocked!
terribly
Oh, crap.
shocked.
Actually, that was the wrong one. Okay. Give me a
Oops.
second here. Oh, well, I'll just swap them around here. We'll say, screw it. I'll just have them both be visible.
not.
Yeah.
Her sisters appear, and only one of them gets to go. Ophalia gets to go first, and she says, "Screw it." She's going to attempt to polymorph you. So go ahead and make a Wisdom saving throw.
Still +2 for him, right?
I think
No,
the
he's
haste
not
only gives a
within 10
dex,
feet of me.
and it's
Oh,
Within
okay.
10 feet of
the
me.
haste is
Oh,
only a dex.
jeez!
Jesus!
The best
Suck
die
it.
roller.
Damn you! Roll 20.
I swear you cheat somehow.
Oh.
Like,
I
your
just
rolls.
I click the link. That's all I do.
Paul rolls. Love 20. Love 20 rolls. Paul.
Love what he rolls well.
Roll 20. Loves Paul, apparently. Anyway, that was Ophalia's turn. Rowan is up.
All right. I'm gonna target. Oops, I'm on a ruler.
Does that spirit thing? Can you do that spirit thing? Or is that just around you?
That's just around me. I looked that
Oh.
up. Yeah, I was gonna put it around you, but that's.
You could
only
run up
my-
there and cast it.
Yeah, I could run up and I could put it on myself. I mean, I can only move 30 feet, though. But
You don't have, nobody has fireball in our group, do they?
I do.
Knock yourself out. Fireball. Go for it. Got
Yeah,
evasion. I would have
Oh,
told
yeah,
you
that's
that.
right. Adrian has evasion.
I'm here!
Okay.
Kill me! I'm here!
Fireball the shit out
Hit
of
me!
him.
Hit me! Hit me!
Fireball. Fireball. Fireball.
Okay, so you're going to do a fireball in the. Basically around that area. So all of them need to make
Yeah.
a dex saves. Okay, so. What's your DC? 15? Okay, so.
Now, Paul, no, but you do get advantage, Paul, still, because you're hasted,
Oh.
right?
Yeah.
Yeah, you get advantage on dex saves because of the haste.
Sweet.
Yeah.
Okay, so let's see. Dex save. So Morgantha makes it.
Aw.
Bella does not.
Yeah.
Ophelia makes it. So two of them made it. One did not.
So
So.
2 take 10 and 1 takes
Yeah,
20.
so she takes.
Nice.
1. She takes half of that. And she takes half of that. Okay.
And I'm gonna. And I can still move, right?
Yep, up to your
Yeah.
speed.
Alright.
Okay. Clytus is up.
All right.
You've got a kid on your horse still.
Yeah, I know. I'm going to get off my horse and run up there.
Okay, dismounting your horse, I'd say basically would be half your action, or half your movement.
So I get double speed because I'm hasted. So I can move 25 feet.
Yep,
But you can use one of your actions as a dash
right,
as well.
as a dash. Yep.
'Cause you get 2 actions this turn because of haste as well.
So
Right,
you
no,
would
I
be-
realize that, but it would cost.
Yeah.
So to get off, I move at double rate. So I do a normal move, which is get off my horse, move 25 feet, and then I take my bonus haste action to basically move up the rest of the way.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, so half of your movement was used up by the dismounting.
Dismount.
Right.
So you'd get 12 feet basically, and then
No, I'm double speed because I'm hasted.
Yeah, he's hasted, so his movement is
So my
50
normal
right
move-
now.
Oh, your movement rate was doubled. I see. Okay.
Yeah.
All right.
Or are you saying that he only needs 12 feet of movement to get off the horse, so therefore he can move 37.5 feet?
Oh, whatever. I'm gonna have to
Either
use
way,
either
you
way.
use your haste. to
Yeah,
I
get
use
there,
my haste
so
action to
Your
get
haste
up
will
there.
get you that far. Yep.
And then I'm gonna
You
biff
should
her
flank. Oh,
Wait,
whoops.
you
oh yeah, you're right. So I'm gonna flank here.
okay? But
and-
you said you used your dash.
Yeah,
action.
you can't attack again.
Yeah, you can, because he gets
No,
a
yes,
bonus
I can.
action from
I get
being
a
hasted.
bonus action, which can
No,
be dash.
he just used it to dash.
Yeah.
No.
So then he uses his regular action to attack.
Right.
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 You can move and attack in 5th edition.
Oh,
Right.
okay.
And
He get yeah.
I get an extra action, which I took as a dash to get up there.
Wait.
So
The
basically,
dismount isn't an action?
that was a move action, which is doubled
Oh,
because I'm
okay.
hasted. Then I took my bonus action as a dash to get up there,
And
which
then you
leaves
got-
me my normal attack action.
Ah, nice.
And
Okay,
this would not
yep.
be possible if I wasn't hasted.
Yeah.
Right.
You're fine. You're
Yeah.
you're close enough that would work.
And then, so I get up there, I flank him on the way as a bonus action. I also have my normal bonus action, which is, as a bonus action spell, I cast Magic Weapon, and then I hit her twice.
You get one bonus action per turn period ever for any combination
Well,
of
he
Even
gets
circles.
an
with haste?
additional action because of haste.
Yes.
So he has 2 actions and a bonus action.
Yeah. If you
Correct,
haven't done anything as a bonus action otherwise, yes,
Yeah.
that would work.
Yeah. So
Okay.
you are fine. Yeah.
Okay, so then as my bonus action, then I cast Magic Weapon, and then I hit her.
Okay.
Jeez.
Yeah, I know. So these
Haste
are plus
makes
one.
things really complicated.
It does, apparently.
And you're
wow.
flanked, too.
Oh,
so.
I am
So
flanked, so I'm at
You have
advantage.
advantage. Yeah.
Well, yeah, but I still, I get a 15 because I'm plus one because of the Magic Weapon.
Yeah.
So the
No,
15 misses, but the 22 would definitely hit.
Okay, so that hits. So
Jeez.
so that's actually 10 because of the Magic Weapon, and I'm going to go ahead and do Divine Smite, which will do 2d8 additional. Wow.
Uh,
Oh my god.
13 points, lady.
okay, yeah. She was not expecting this dwarf to suddenly just hop off his horse and just scamper right up to him at like fast speed, cast a spell, and activate some power, and then suddenly bash her a couple times with his axe.
That is a
she-
very
like
quick
Yoda.
dwarf.
Yeah, she looks mildly startled and wounded at this. But she's not going to take it sitting down, so to speak. Yeah, so here's the quick big question now. What would Bella do? What would Jesus do? What would Jesus do? Yeah.
We actually met
He would
Brian
save
Boitano.
everybody.
She's going
Surrender?
to.
Flee.
Flee, surrender.
No, she's going to lightning bolt you.
Nice.
Me?
Yeah, just you personally.
Sure, whatever.
So go ahead and make another save.
All right, deck save. All right, so 16 plus 2, 18.
That's enough. So you would take half of damage.
Ah,
So half of that would be 11.
11.
And then she disappears. Bing.
Chicken shit.
Now it's Jugs' turn. Back to the top.
All right. Let's see. How far away am I from them? Well, actually, I don't think it matters. Oh, Firebolt's got a range of 120 feet. It doesn't matter.
Fireball, fireball, fireball.
Firebolt.
Oh, I'm saying fireball, fireball, fireball.
I don't have Fireball.
No.
I took Haste instead because I thought it'd be more fun.
You have lightning?
Then I appreciate haste. I do.
I'll just move forward a little bit, get a little closer. Is Mark just staying back during this? And
Oh,
protecting
yeah.
the
Probably.
children?
Yeah,
Guarding
because
the kids.
the
Yeah.
DM also forgot to aid him or add him, but that sounds like exactly what he
Yeah.
would do.
Yeah, I
Protect the
feel
kids.
like it makes sense, so I'm okay with it. I will cast a Firebolt at Morgantha.
Okay.
Oops, wrong page. There it is.
Nice. That
20
hits.
hit. 13.
Okay.
Ow.
Sweet.
That hits her. And it's her turn. Let me see. She... God, all these frickin' wisdom-based spells. God damn it. You know what? She is going to just go ahead and... Oh, wait, would that work?
Uh-oh.
Yeah. She casts a ray at you, Adrin, which is a ranged spell attack. Oh, God!
Is it at disadvantage when you're that close, or what's the rule when you're that close to someone?
Actually,
That's
you would be
true.
within 5 feet, so that would be a disadvantage, but she rolled
Yeah.
a friggin' 2, so... the ray goes over your shoulder. It doesn't hit you. Then she disappears.
Damn now.
Adrin's
I know,
up.
every time we get close to killing them, they disappear.
So invisibility. Oh, but we knew that they weren't even there. So I'm gonna try something different. So, all right, I am going to punch the one that's left. I hope. I'm gonna miss.
Ooh.
I'm gonna crit.
Ugh.
I'm gonna roll that first for damage.
Ooh.
Takes 10 points of damage, but then I need her to make a Constitution savings throw.
Constitution.
Constitution.
Oh, which is her second highest stat.
Maybe she'll suck. Yes!
7.
Yes! She is stunned
Oh!
till the end of my next turn.
Nice.
Sweet! Stunning strike.
Stunning strike. It's pining for the fjords.
I
So
want
if
to
they're,
kill one of these bitches.
if they're stunned, they still get like a saving throw, right?
So we can look it up.
It has to do. It depends on what stunned her.
It's the stunned condition.
Yeah,
Yeah,
she's
just look it up.
incapacitated, can't move, and can only speak falteringly. Fails auto fails strength and dex saves.
Wow.
Attack rolls have
Oh.
advantage.
Attacks against her have advantage automatically.
Oh.
And so yeah, her turn was next, but she's stunned, so she continues being stunned. Rowan's up.
Kick her ass! Kick
Let's
her
get
ass!
one of these girls.
I'm gonna do another fireball at
Yes!
her.
Yes!
Draw a circle where you want the fireball to appear.
Don't hit Clytus.
Yeah.
Oh wait,
no,
never
I
mind.
won't.
Doesn't, yeah, okay.
Yeah, I'm gonna
Yeah,
like-
you can.
within 20 feet of her,
Yeah.
but like over here. Yeah. So let me measure.
Who's
Or
who's
down
who?
Here.
Oh, okay.
The light blue.
Right,
Okay.
right here.
Okay.
Yeah, you don't have to worry about hitting me. I don't care.
Yeah, I know, but
Well, but there's no reason to
might as well
hit you
not.
if he doesn't have to.
But I want to say, do it, do it.
Do it. I'm
Do
here.
it, I'm sorry. I'm hasted and I'm sorry.
that was 22.
Just do it.
I'm sorry. What?
It was 22 damage.
Oh, that was this time. Okay.
Yeah.
All right.
So
So,
she's got to roll for her.
she auto fails dex save, so she takes the full 22.
Sorry, I forgot. I got my hasted attack. Can I still do that?
Yeah, sure.
Sweet.
Oh, jeez.
Nice.
That hits.
Oh my.
8 more points.
Holy
After another
crap.
biff in the face, boom! Another fireball explodes right in front of her. She's pretty crispy, but doesn't look
Alright,
like she's about ready to
Clytus.
drop.
Get her, Clytus.
All right, I'm gonna come around, even though it doesn't matter. Might as well get into a flanking position.
Yep.
And this time I get 3 attacks. 1, 2, 3, and they're all advantaged. So,
Oh yeah, they
All
all
hit.
hit.
so hit, hit,
This +3, right?
hit. This total plus 3, yes. So 28, 31.
Wow.
31 damage.
Yeah, now she's starting to look wounded. Okay.
Chugs
Well-
has got a
Oh
free
wait,
one,
hold
too.
on.
Hasted attack!
No, well that was
Oh.
my hasted attack. I was gonna do divine smite, so I get that plus that plus that plus that plus that plus that. So 7.
Why didn't you just
15.
type /R 5
I know, because it was more fun this way.
Yeah.
25 more damage.
Wow.
Nice.
Now that sucked some of my spell slots, but it's
Okay.
Yeah.
We're gonna kill one of them, dang it.
Wow. Okay. Yikes.
Chugs.
Well, is she still alive after that 25 more?
She is barely standing.
Alright, well, I'm gonna shoot a firebolt at her. Try to take her out with a firebolt.
Just go up to her and go.
13.
Okay. With that firebolt, she's still stunned, so she just lifelessly falls face forward on her face.
I
And
immediately chop her head
You
off.
hear this shriek, but it's not like it's coming from anywhere nearby. It almost sounds like it's coming from under the ground or at the same time in the air. But just shriek of two shrieks of absolute rage and pain.
Okay, I immediately chop her head off.
Okay, her head rolls away.
Hey, I'm not taking any chances with this.
And her body actually kind of immediately withered, not at the moment you chopped her head off, but as soon as she falls dead, her body kind of withers up and dries and turns into this kind of emaciated skeletal form.
We should search the body, see if she has anything useful on her.
I'm prepared to see if somebody reappears and tries to kick my ass. I'm
Right.
standing ready.
Yeah.
me
Put
too.
the punch.
I'm
come
going
on,
to
check it.
search her body.
Okay, yeah, you guys, well, yeah, the rest of you guys are waiting around cautiously. Jugs goes right up and starts rooting through her.
I spit on her as well.
Yeah,
For good
she's,
measure.
yeah, her body is pretty gross. What might she have? A lot of really kind of gross items like teeth and various other kind of weird totemy type things.
I have newt.
Yeah, that sort of stuff. But she actually doesn't have any weapons. Her spell casting is innate, so she doesn't have any real components or anything like that, and no magic items really that you can see.
Okay. She's not wearing any.
Oh, for
necklace.
frack's sake! Okay, never mind. She has, well, not that it would have mattered that much considering how much damage you did. She had advantage on saving throws against spells and other magical effects. But that was an attack that killed her, a magical attack.
Yeah.
And I was rolling so shitty anyway. It wouldn't have mattered.
Yeah, I was gonna say I don't even think anytime she had disadvantage, you didn't even have to roll a second
It
die
didn't even
anyway.
matter, yeah.
Well, Firebolt doesn't give you
No, not that. The fireball,
But
she would have.
fireball.
a
Yeah.
fireball.
Yeah.
Yeah, but this last time she was stunned anyway.
So she would have just
Yeah,
been
that's true.
even.
She would have been auto failing anyway.
Oh yeah, it's an auto fail. Yeah, yeah. So yeah.
Actually, it would have canceled out. It would have canceled advantage and disadvantage. So, but never mind. It doesn't matter anyway. She is definitely dead. And you guys, the rest of you guys, are kind of like cautiously looking around, and you don't see or hear anything approaching.
Okay.
So after a few minutes, you kind of stand down a little bit, figuring that they have indeed left. Minus one of their sisters,
Good.
which means that they are no longer a coven.
Oh,
Oh.
Oh, poor them.
I bet they lose some of their power then or something.
Significant. I mean, yeah. I mean, you guys don't really. Well, if you want to make like a survival check, a wisdom survival check, maybe you would know. I won't give you all the details, but
Let's see.
yeah, I would say in your discussions with the Vistani, you had enough to that they were confirmed that they were indeed a coven of hags, and that the coven definitely has a significantly increased abilities in terms of the spells that they can cast. So
Thank you, Stunning Strike. First time use, first time success.
yeah, worked well. So you guys dust yourselves off. The kids are just freaked, but at the same time they are very glad you were here, and they also spit on Ophalia's body after having kept them prisoner in the bone grinder for so long. Freak is actually the one that's Myrtle doesn't actually spit, but she looks on with approval as
Flips them off.
yeah, Freak.
Little girl just flips her.
Yeah. You guys kick ass. So I guess yeah, we'll drop out of combat then, and you guys are able to continue on your way to Barovia.
Nice.
Good work, boys.
Yep.
Yeah.
So returning to the overhead map.
Clytus, you took a few hits there, bud. Yeah.
Yeah. Yep, I got
Alright.
hit.
I can zap some stuff on you if you want.
Sure, I'll take a zap.
All right.
So you were able to proceed the rest of the way to Barovia without incident.
How much did you zap me for?
Oh, let me. Did it go? Oh,
Don't see anything in
Okay.
chat.
no. I gotta select the level. I'm gonna do a higher level
Thanks.
for you. 11?
Cool. I'll just touch myself for the rest.
Okay.
Kids, look away.
Should we?
What's that man? What's the little dwarf man doing? Or I say shit. I guess
Okay.
one of them's on the horse with you, so it's.
So I have 10 more points I can grant.
Nobody
Today.
else got hit.
No.
Yeah, no. Well, I'm just saying, if something else happens, I have 10 more points I can grant.
Oh man.
If anybody wants to be touched.
So you guys are entering town then. I got the map up. You're entering from the southwest corner of town. Where were you planning on going first?
Well, we were going to walk him back to his mansion, I would assume.
Okay. Yeah, you're entering town. It definitely looks deserted by comparison to Vallaki. In fact, even Ismark kind of looks kind of nervous, looking around, saying, "It's usually not this dead." I hope
You
that
guys wanna
wasn't
go up to church or down to the mansion?
Why don't Ismark says, why don't I take the children to my mansion, and then I'll let you guys investigate the church if you wish, but I would not mind having you present to make sure that the mansion is secure. It's been a while since I've been there.
All right, why don't we go to the mansion, take them all the way with the kids,
Yeah.
make sure they're all safe.
Okay. Yeah, long story short, the mansion appears to be deserted. It was still locked up as far as you could tell. Passing by, you do, again, see this remarkable lack of activity on the streets. And Ismark is becoming a little bit more and more distressed and looking kind of guilty for having abandoned his duty, so to speak. But he senses that there may be something amiss here. But the mansion itself, you after going through it and making sure there wasn't anything lurking or waiting inside, you secure it up, and he's able to get the kids inside. And he says he'll stay there and keep the door barricaded until you return. And he says, if you can find out anything what's going on, please let me know. I'm going to try and get these kids something to eat. So what do you guys want to do?
What time of the day is it?
It would be probably close to early evening, 4:30, 5 o'clock.
Holy crap!
No. No,
I
it would be closer to noon. Actually, you didn't go that far.
What, Paul?
I missed a monk ability called Wholeness of Body last level. I can heal myself as an action to regain hit points equal to 3 times my monk level.
Jesus.
Nice.
Damn.
What a freaking moron!
Yeah, that's
That would be really useful.
yeah, that's like the fighter ability to kind of heal yourself a little bit.
This monk is actually pretty cool. Sorry, go ahead.
No, I was just wondering what you guys wanted to do next.
I don't know. I mean,
Oh no, that's the wrong. Sorry, wrong thing. My bad. Sorry. Go ahead.
should we go to the church now and check in with the priest there? Does it matter?
Do we want to stay the night here and then head out on our way tomorrow?
How long did it take us to get here?
It's noon or so.
Oh, it's noon. Okay, I thought it was a little later than that.
I corrected myself. It only took you a little while to. You were at the Sarapul encampment, so it wasn't that far.
I'm open
Yeah,
to
that's
whatever
true.
you guys want to do.
I'm okay with traveling if folks want.
Yeah, we can
Wanna do a short
travel.
rest?
I don't know that. Do we even need a short rest?
Well, I don't know. Maybe you get back hit points. You don't have to use your spells, and I gain back my key point. I don't know. I'm willing to go. Let's go.
Yeah, let's
Well,
just
we can
head
do a
back.
short. Well, do you want to do a short rest and then head over there?
Well, that's what I was
Alright.
saying. If you're
Yeah.
the one that got hit the most, you're the one that could re-get whatever. You could do that if you want. I don't know. Tim, it's up to you.
Yeah, that's fine by me.
Oh, I thought you were
Yeah.
going to go exploring in the town or something. Okay, so you're just going to head out then?
Well, no,
No,
at the mansion. Why don't we rest for an hour at the mansion, then go to the church?
Okay. All right. So you spend a short rest at the mansion, so you can apply any hit dice you might want for those that still need healing, and then you're going to go to the church.
Yes.
Yeah, I think so.
Okay.
Okay.
All right. Cool. Then yeah. So then Ismark would say if you can get an idea what's going on, then that would be cool. He will stay and guard the children.
I'd like to stop on the way at the Mercantile. Is that the place where we can get like arms and stuff?
Bildras, if you recall, was pretty much anything up to 20 some gold, and he charged obscenely high prices.
Oh yeah, that's right. I'm just looking to trade in my like quarterstaff and javelin for a mace somewhere. So I mean, a mace isn't going to be a whole lot of money, I wouldn't think. So
We'll look it up.
I just kind of feel like I should, although I don't use my weapon very often, I would like to have my favored weapon of the Morning Lord with me.
All right.
A mace would be, let's see.
It's okay. I've had a crossbow this whole time, and I don't think I've fired
Right.
it once. So
Yeah, I know. That's one of those things, though. I just feel a little help me connect better.
Yeah, so if you remember, a mace normally would be 5 gold, but Bildreth
Yeah.
charged at least 10 times the normal price, so it would be 50 gold.
And then if I traded in my stuff, he's not going to give me much for it.
You'd probably have to barter with him.
I got some gold. Do you want some gold? I have 32.
Nah.
I don't spend it on anything. I don't care.
I mean, would I be able to get that in, like, Vallaki, maybe? It's a basic weapon. I should be able to get it anywhere, I would think, that sells weapons. I think I'll hold off, just because of that, the price.
Yeah, you're probably more likely to find something like that in Vallaki anyway, even before he left, and the town itself is so weirdly deserted at the moment.
Alright. Okay.
So you're going to the church. Actually, you know what? Ismark may come with you just to see what to do with the kids. See if
Sure. Yeah.
Father Donovich can assist in that regard. So he'll figures it's better protection if you stick together at the moment until he figures out what's going on here. You guys head up to the church itself, and you approach, and the front door is ajar, and you can't quite remember if it was always that way. You remember at least it used to be when you first encountered it, but you thought he would have fixed that by now.
So is it open, or does it look like busted open?
It looks like it's been just left open.
Hanging on the hinge or something, or
No, it's
So
just
it just
Oh,
looks like it's
okay.
normally just left open. Kind
Alright.
of
Well,
look, not
it-
a broken open.
yeah. Well, it's hard to
Okay.
tell. You try to close it, and it looks like it would latch with some effort, but
Okay. Let's head in.
yeah, I'll go in.
Let's do so.
all right. So you head in, and immediately,
Father Donovich.
yeah, you see a horrific sight. Father Donovich
Oh,
is hanging from the bell tower rope above the altar.
Mm.
You and you see another form, a body laying at his feet.
Does it look like a little boy?
Actually, it does look small.
Does it look like a little boy we may have left with Father Donovich?
Do you approach?
Yeah.
Yes.
Okay, yes. Indeed, the body at his feet is the boy Lucian, and you see that actually his throat has been cut. Below Donovich's swaying dead body lies a carving knife in a now dried pool of blood. It looks like the bodies have both been there for at least a couple days. On the cloth covering the altar, you see a short message, also scrawled in now dry blood. The devil made me do it. I am sorry.
It's not signed.
Nope.
So the knife is it laying within reach of the boy?
Yes.
Like he would have dropped it?
It's, yeah, basically there's the body and this a carving knife is laying right next to it.
Alright.
So Donovich killed the boy and then hung himself. Man. This place is screwy.
Something drove him mad. I kind of just look around to investigate, I guess.
You're looking around, you see no other signs of violence. Donovich's body is hanging, interestingly, about 15 feet off the floor, and you see no ladder.
Yeah.
Did the kids come with us?
Where's the rope connected?
It's the
No,
bell
I don't-
tower rope.
Oh, okay.
Did the kids come with us?
Yeah, and they are absolutely just like horror struck, and actually Ismark, kind of corralled him and took him
I'm
out,
gonna
out
help
of the
him
church.
usher them the heck out of there.
Yeah.
I thought we were gonna leave him at the mansion.
Yeah, I thought we were
but-
gonna leave him at the mansion.
Well, he
But
thought
check-
he changed his. Well, Ismark said, "Yeah, maybe Father
Yeah.
Donovich can," because that's what you did with Lucian, but
Oh, okay.
Yeah,
that obviously didn't end well.
but it sounded like we were gonna leave him there and check on that. To me, anyway.
No, I took it the way that they were coming with us.
Okay.
That's the way
Well,
I
I'm
understood
gonna head up the bell tower and try to untie the rope and lower him down gently.
Okay. Yeah, you get up there. You see the rope it's a very firm, strong rope, and you think it would either be. It might be quicker to cut it, or if you wanted to spend like maybe 10 minutes trying to get it untangled without actually ripping it, you could do that
Yeah, well,
from the
spend
church
whatever,
bell. Okay.
whatever time I need.
All right, so you do that, and the body drops 15 feet, and you hear this sickening crack and thud as it falls, landing pretty much right on top of Lucian's body. And the rest of the rope kind of coils down. It's a pretty tall bell tower, so
Yeah.
it's probably a good 50 feet of rope.
Well, I want to try to get the scene cleaned up and the bodies moved outside, or if there's a shed or something, so we can get some graves prepared and stuff like that.
Okay.
While he's cutting him down, I'm going to leave and walk to Blood on the Vine.
Okay.
Not
yeah.
gonna say anything. I'm just gonna walk out.
All right. So you leave. We'll jump back to you later then.
Yeah.
You're able to secure supplies to bury the body if you wish. But any of the rest of you guys doing anything?
I would help clean up the church.
Yeah, definitely.
Okay.
Well, we should bury the priest and the kid.
Okay. Are you just going to bury them as they are, or?
No, I'm gonna try to, bury him as a priest would. I'll clean him up and,
Okay.
do some incense and whatever.
All right. Well, as you're
Whatever the ritual would be.
as you're
I mean,
cleaning the body off, why don't you go ahead and make a perception check?
Is it the standard one or the passive thing?
No, passive. I would look up. I wouldn't ask you to make a passive perception
Okay.
check.
Oh, okay.
Okay, so you, with that roll, notice 2 puncture marks closely together on Donovich's neck.
Oh, wow. Yeah, I point that out to the.
Damn vampires.
Yeah, but why? Wonder why he didn't turn. Or
Rest of
did
you
we
want to make
get-
a check, you can.
Did
If you
we
want to
get here in
investigate it
time?
further. Nobody else wants to make a check?
Oh, well, what are we doing for?
If if when he calls your attention to it, if you examine it,
Yeah.
if the rest of you can make a check too if you want.
There you go.
Oh, that killer wisdom.
I have good wisdom too. I just rolled like crap.
Oh, it wasn't a bad roll. You noticed the
No.
marks. If you wouldn't have
Right.
noticed it, nobody else would have.
Yeah.
So yeah, that's right. I guess Jugs isn't there. So Adrin, though, with that roll, you notice that while there are 2 puncture marks on his neck, and they're close together, they look like they were too smooth to have been made by teeth, and there are no other marks that would have been made from any other teeth.
Ah.
So, would I surmise that this might be a staged?
You sense that, well, whatever else happened, someone made it look like he was bitten by a vampire. That's not. It doesn't look like a vampire bite to you, a true vampire bite.
What did the note say again?
That doesn't seem to you to look like the puncture wounds that you would see from an actual vampire bite.
I mean, what did the note say again?
Oh, the note. I'm sorry. The note was said, "The devil made me do it. I am sorry."
So let's look at the boy now.
The boy, no perception check really needed. You can definitely ascertain that he died from blood loss from having his throat cut.
Did he? Okay. So
So
let's do the forensics thing. Was
Barovia CIS.
Who died
I'm looking
first?
for blood. Did he die here? Is there blood enough for
Yeah,
him to die?
there's a great big pool of blood that the body was laying in.
Does the Morning Lord guy have blood on his hands and whatnot?
You do not see any blood on the hands of Donovich.
All right. So that tells me he didn't kill this boy. So my question is, did the boy kill him and hang him up and then slit his own throat? Or did somebody else do everything? So that's kind of what I'm questioning right now. What do you guys think?
I don't think it was. I think someone else is to blame here. Something we haven't yet uncovered.
Right. And there's no other tool or anything that we can see that could have, like an awl that would have made that puncture wound? What, ice pick?
Nothing like that immediately present. No, I mean there's like incense sticks, but
Yeah, that wouldn't do it. Okay. I guess carry on with the cleaning and burials and whatnot.
okay. Then yeah, you proceed with the burial, or at least starting to dig new graves. So that'll take you a while. Jugs, you head towards the Blood on the Vine Tavern, and actually, you know what? Before then, you would know that it wasn't open when you walk by for the day.
You're on mute.
I think you're on mute, Jugs.
Oh, okay. So I want to walk over there and pound on the door and see if anyone answers.
And no one does answer.
I'll walk over to or is there a sign that says like that they're like why they're closed or hours or any indication as to why it's not open?
There's no sign with hours listed, but there is a sign that says closed, and it is turned towards the street. You notice that Bildreth also has a closed sign up.
Wow.
Oh, okay.
Something's... Is the whole town painted red?
Yeah. With the word hell written in the front of the church, no.
Yeah. Man.
So yeah, if you, after inquiring or looking around, yeah, you don't see any other activity on the streets either, as you're kind of standing in the center of the square of town, and it just strikes you how quiet and dead the town seems. I mean, it was always quiet and dead. You do see, again, some of the chimneys with smoke coming out of them. So it looks like it may not be completely deserted, but there's only like a couple of them with smoke coming out.
What I remember in the past, does it definitely seem like less?
Yeah, it's
Than in the
noticeably
past,
even
okay.
even with the limited amount of experience in Barovia that you'd had,
Yeah.
it's noticeably different.
It wasn't
Man.
exactly happening before.
Right. It was never like I mean
Yeah.
Vallaki at the even its weirdest point when the Lady Wachter was in control with her cult was never this deserted.
Oh man. I'd like to go around and see if there's another door. Go around the building.
To the Blood and Vine?
Yeah.
Yeah, there's a back door.
If I knock, does anyone answer?
no one responds to your knocks.
Is the door unlocked at all?
The door is locked.
God bless it. Just want to find some people. Are there no
what about
people around?
What about the BOV, the blood on the vine?
That's where he is.
That's where I'm at.
Oh, that is where you are. Okay.
Yeah. Man.
The rest of you guys, how much time do you want to spend doing this, Jugs? Before, or are you just gonna keep exploring?
I'd like to spend some time at least at both at Bildrath's and Blood on the Vine, trying to get into either of them, just knocking and trying to open any doors to see if anyone is in either of those places, because I'm trying to find information.
Okay, well, yeah, Bildrath, then, if you go across the street, again, you knock on their door, there's no answer. You go around the back, and you know that there's at least some sort of a loading dock type door that he gets the supplies delivered at. You hadn't actually been there before in the back, but you kind of saw it as in passing. You start hammering on the door there, and when you hammer on that door, you do hear a voice inside that says, "Go away!"
Bildrath, is that you?
Go away! It doesn't sound like Bildrath. It may be Periwimple, his big-ass nephew, Stockboy.
Oh, yeah. I've got some questions.
No questions, go away!
I'll pay you for your time.
There's like a 10-second pause, and then, go away!
God bless it. I'm gonna keep knocking on the door.
Okay, so you keep incessantly knocking, you keep incessantly hearing this voice go away! Go! And then finally, you hear another voice. This one you recognize as Bildrath going, "Shut the fuck up!" And you see the shutter at the top of the door opens, and you see Bildrath's kind of ratty face looking out. "What do you want? Why do you keep knocking? I'm trying to sleep."
Trying to sleep? It's like noon.
Yeah, well, I do a lot of business at night too.
Why are you not open at noon?
You see a lot of fucking customers out here?
Yeah. Actually.
No, that's the problem. Where is everyone?
Everyone's hiding away because of those friggin' hags.
Oh.
Ah. So, you have any wine in there?
Yeah, what do you want?
I thought that was pretty clear when I asked if you had wine.
Yeah, how much do you want?
3 bottles would cost how much?
I'll look it up.
So ask him what happened with the hags.
When did they show up?
Well, he's asking
I'm
about
making
wine.
an assumption as to they showed up after we burned their building down.
Yeah, but yeah, because Paul did say the bodies were like a couple days old, so
Yeah.
that would put it about then.
Well, basically, his prices are 10 times normal, so
Yeah, but I guess I don't remember what a bottle of wine
I don't know what
was.
it is off the top of my head. I'm trying to look it up.
Yeah.
Thought it was like
A common pitcher
Okay, here we
of
go.
wine is
Here we
2
go.
silver, it says.
Yeah, so two gold for a pitcher. Or a bottle actually would be 100 gold.
Well, it says a bottle of fine wine.
Yeah, he would charge
Can
it
I
as a
not
fine.
get common wine? And,
All
so
the
it's
wine
100
here is
gold for a
fine.
bottle.
Do you want a bottle of wine or not?
It's 100 gold?
I'll give you a bottle of wine for 100 gold if you shut up and go away.
Screw you.
What if you don't shut up?
Have a nice day.
What
He
if I
shut-
don't shut up and go away?
He shuts the back door. Or shuts the shutter on the back door.
And Blood on the Vine, if I remember in the past, was ran by the Vistani.
Yeah,
Correct.
Arabelle. Yeah, or excuse me, not Arabelle. I keep calling her Arabelle. Alenka and her sisters run it, and then they employed what's his name? That dour guy who basically only said two things.
Yeah,
The
yeah.
bartender.
Yeah, and I don't foresee him coming and answering the door if I go annoy them, and they could be at the camp. So I guess I'm just gonna head back to the church.
Okay, so you return just in time for around the time Rowan's finished digging and prepping the bodies and everything like that. So I'm assuming you say a nice little ceremony over the bodies and commit them to the Morning Lord's bosom, knowing full well that they're probably completely trapped in some dismal hell of mist that they can never escape. But the thought's nice.
Hopefully someday they can meet the Morning Lord after we save this forsaken place.
Yeah. You don't find any other evidence the other guys, while you're looking around while you're doing that, they find no other evidence again apart from the fact that for some reason his puncture marks in his neck were not made. The only other clue you can find is that the blood written scrawled on the altar was about the same consistency and dryness and color that the blood pooled on the ground.
Red, the same red.
Right.
So
Well, it looks like it was
done at the same time.
Yeah.
Yeah. Did you guys use your fingerprint kit at all?
In
Let's
the
CSI
church
bro.
itself, I mean, I don't feel that it has been deconsecrated or anything like the other ones. I mean,
No, well, you didn't know that there was any special, like there weren't any hallowed. You don't know if it was actually a hallowed place or not. I mean,
Right.
it being just a church. So
okay.
obviously there was a vampire in it at one point because Doru was there.
Yeah,
so.
right.
So after taking care of Donovich's body and poor Lucian, what do you wish to do next? Jugs does come back and describe what he found.
I would share with the party what I found so they all know. So what do you guys think happened?
Yeah, we kind of share the whole thing with him
I
about
think it was staged.
Do you think the sisters were involved in that?
Somehow.
Somehow, I don't know if they were directly though.
Wouldn't surprise me, but it could be something bigger too, you know?
Mm-hmm.
I guess if you guys want to collectively kind of make a group check for investigation.
Oh, that's 0 for me.
I have a -1, don't worry.
A 0.
Oh, I got a 14. Wow.
I managed to roll a 0.
Well done. Way to contribute.
He couldn't find his own ass with both hands and a flashlight.
Yeah.
Clytus, did you want to do a check for investigation?
I think he's listening to some tunes.
Tim?
Tim, you there?
Sorry. Yeah, I'm here. What?
Oh, did you want to do an investigation?
Well, I figured with the 15's not going to cut it.
Well, no, it's a group check, so.
All right.
Okay.
12's probably not going to improve it.
Well, it basically, it would be enough for you. You do find it. One thing is still kind of odd that you're not sure. Donovich was hanging 15 feet off the ground. You found no way for him to get up that high.
Right.
That's a good point.
So it means he was dropped from up above. Or pushed.
Or there was a 15-foot tall person that did it.
Or he,
Well, that seems like the likely one.
Never
Or
know.
I think I should be the one making that suggestion based on my investigation
Can
score.
hags fly or levitate?
Someone cast enlarge on him. They tied the noose. Then they cast reduce on him.
Mystery solved.
I got it, you guys.
Yeah, anyway, you don't find any other clues as to who specifically might have done it. Do you share your findings with Ismark, by the way? Or
Yes.
okay.
Yeah, why not?
Yeah, he after you told him what's going on with Bismarck and saying about the hags, and then about the body, getting more details about that. He wonders if possibly the hags had been, in his absence, continuing to do expanding their business in town and being much more aggressive about it. There wasn't a lot of time between when you burned it down and when all this happened. So he
Right.
thinks, especially, that the blood in the church was over 2 days old, and you encountered the hags the day before yesterday at the windmill.
Yeah.
So you don't necessarily think that would be necessarily who did what happened with Donovich.
Sure.
So he thinks it's a combination of people being terrified of the hags and them expanding their business. And what he'll need to do is he'll need to go door to door and start rousing the people up and saying, "Hey, I'm here to lead you. Let's take a stand against these. Band together for safety, that sort of a thing." Otherwise, because he can't expect you guys to continue to keep protecting everybody and watching, and he feels very, very guilty for having left the town, especially with the death of Lucian and Donovich, and so he's going to try and make amends here.
Does Barovia have any guards?
Not really, no. That was the thing. I mean, it's the best that could have been done in the past anyway. Was kind of a loose militia of assembled townspeople. But he isn't even sure who's still around or who's opening their doors and who's actually dead. Or he knew that some people were addicted, but not how many. And he fears that the hags, since his father died and he left, there was really no central authority or even leader in town. So they may have just been running amok.
I bet it's every gray house on the map.
Yep. That narrows it down.
Well, there's still some brown ones that,
Yeah. But he does not wish you to feel obligated to take any responsibility for what's happened here, and he feels he almost kind of needs to do penance and handle this himself just to make amends. Not that he would turn away any assistance, but he knows.
Right.
He was there when you got your fortune reading, and he feels that the best thing that could probably happen would be to defeat Strahd, and he thinks that's really where you guys would be the best, would do your best.
That is our destiny.
Exactly.
Old man Rowan. Yeah, so you guys want to take off then, or I don't know how long it took to bury bodies. You guys want to rest here for the night and take off tomorrow morning?
Yeah, probably.
Okay. Yeah, I would probably be getting closer to nightfall, so he'll put you up, obviously, at the inn. He's got... In the morning, he'll have to go and get some more supplies at Bildress, because any food that you might have had besides really old stale bread would have dried up, so... but you can definitely stay there the night. So the next morning, that's what he's going to go ahead and do, and he will take care of the kid until he can find someone else to do so. Or kids, yes. Or if nothing else, he'll take care of them until someone will. In the meantime, you guys, what would you like to do?
We should head to try to find one of these things. Do you want to go to Berez first, or
What about that? I mean, what else do we have on our list of unaccomplished tasks? We've never found that Banshee yet, either.
You're in a different campaign, I think.
Yeah, I
Oh.
was gonna say.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah,
Yeah.
that's right. Oops.
That sounds like something else.
Yeah, I mean, it's up
It's
to you
been a
guys.
long time.
Or do you want to head to Valaki first? Just get to Valaki and put out some feelers on Rictavio?
Yeah, check in on Irina over there.
Yeah, check in Arena, put out some feelers for Rictavio. Want to do that first? It's been roughly 1 day now, so we have about 6 days till we have to be to the winery.
Oh, let's see. Yeah, and actually, when hang on here. During the night, when you guys are resting at the manor, at the
Mm-hmm.
it is Mark's Manor. Jugs, you have these horrible nightmares.
Oh boy.
Oh,
And-
great. Who's he touched?
During the night, you just have these horrible nightmares that really, really disturb you. You basically gain no benefit from a long rest, and your hit point maximum actually is reduced by 3.
That's the hags doing.
And you do recall part of your dreams involving 2 pairs of eyes just kind of circling over you.
Yeah, hags are reaching out, man.
Oh boy. Alright.
Let's find the
How do we
hags.
get rid of that?
Let's find
Kill
the
'em?
hags. Kill 'em.
Get rid of the hags.
Well, would we have left then? To me, I'd be interested in either going back to where the wind. I don't know where they would go, the hags. But to me, if they're bugging you and actively going after you, let's kill them. Let's find them.
If we ask Ismark, does he know where we could find the hags if their windmill was burned down?
No idea.
No idea.
He I mean, he knows about. He's been with you for most of the last few weeks. He
Yeah.
knew that they. Well, actually, no, he didn't know that they lived in the old windmill, but he had seen Morgantha on occasion in town way before any of you guys showed up. But he didn't know where she would have stayed other than the inn, the windmill, like the inn, the windmill.
Gibson and I keeping him honest with the White House acting with the public simply just
Who's that?
Somebody had newsfeed on.
I did. That was me. Sorry.
I need to hit
Well-
the restroom quick.
Well, I think this might be a good spot to call for the night. Maybe
Yeah.
give you guys a chance to think over where you want to go next.
Right.
Yeah.
I will put up the summary of the fortunes in the public area, so you can kind of study
Sure.
them too. But you know that you can go to as far as like things to defeat Strahd if you want to say quest items, for lack of a better word. I mean, you've got Argon Vosthold, the Berez, and the
Temple.
this Amber Doored Temple.
Yeah.
Otherwise, yeah, you could look for, if you wanted to go to Valaki, that would be fine, but that'd just be kind of a more of a way stop to somewhere else.
Well, we need to
Right.
find Rictavio as well.
Yeah,
That was what
your
the
ally,
fortune
right?
said.
Your ally is your ally is the man with the monkey who's not who he seems.
Yeah.
You do
Well, we-
remember also saying that Esmeralda said she would meet you back at the tower at Lake Baratok
Right.
if you wanted to link back up with her. And she was looking for Van Richten, who you
Right.
mentioned.
Which I think.
Yeah, you've mentioned you suspect may be related. So if you were doing that, it may be worthwhile to
Where's-
hook up back up with her.
Where's that lake?
Lake.
On the left side.
Oh, that's kind of on the way to the. Yeah. Okay, I found it.
Yeah, so if we stop at Valaki and check on
Yeah, just see how things are going.
on how that town's doing, and then head up to Lake Baratok. Then we can probably, that'll waste some days, and then we gotta head over to the winery.
What was this
So,
again?
That is Castle Ravenloft.
yeah,
Oh,
Let's go there.
Yeah.
yeah. Let's not go
right
there.
there.
Where? What?
Yeah, let's go find the tomb in Castle Ravenloft.
Yeah.
That
why
might
not?
do it for
Let's
us.
just do it.
Maybe you want to pick up a few of the items that are supposed to assist you along the way. But
Yeah,
Heck with all
why?
that stuff.
Yeah.
I
We're
think
just
we're ready
gonna go
now.
yeah, let's go
Straight there.
right for it. Yeah, why
Let's
not?
end this campaign right now.
Let's become vampire spawn
PK.
right away. Why not?
Let's go steal his mother's corpse.
Oh yeah. All right. Well, anyway, you guys think it over and kind of let me know which way you want to go next before next time, and then I can kind of roughly prepare which direction you want to take. So,
Sounds good.
all right,
Hey,
cool.
everybody.
Thanks a lot, guys.
All right, thanks.
Have a good one.